Ever been in that zone? You know, the flow? You're crushing tasks, deadlines are melting away, and your team is a symphony of productivity. Then, bam, internet outage. Your digital lifeline just flatlined. Suddenly, your perfectly organized Asana workspace feels as useful as a paperweight. And you think, can Asana even work offline? Yeah, that's the question we're tackling today. Because let's be real, in our hyper-connected world, we still face the digital wilderness. Whether it's a dodgy Wi-Fi connection on a train, a remote location with limited service, or just a good old-fashioned power outage knocking out your router, the internet isn't always a given. And when you rely on a tool as crucial as Asana for project management, that downtime can feel like a productivity apocalypse. We've all been there, right? That moment of panic when you realize your carefully crafted task list is inaccessible. You can't update progress, you can't assign new tasks, you can't even see what your team is working on. It's like being blindfolded in the middle of a marathon. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty of Asana's offline capabilities or lack thereof, let's take a moment to appreciate why we're even asking this question. Asana has become a cornerstone for countless teams, from small startups to massive enterprises. It's a powerhouse for task management, project planning, and team collaboration. We depend on it for everything from simple to-do lists to complex, multi-stage projects. Imagine a construction project where site managers need to update progress in real time, even in areas with spotty cellular coverage, or a marketing team coordinating a global campaign with members scattered across different time zones and connectivity situations, or even a student trying to organize their assignments on a long bus ride. The ability to work offline isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a critical feature for many of us. So, let's get down to brass tacks. The short answer? No, not directly. Asana is a cloud-based platform, meaning it relies on a constant internet connection to function. It doesn't have a built-in offline mode that allows you to work on tasks and sync changes later. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's it? Game over. Not quite. While Asana itself doesn't offer offline functionality, there are some workarounds and alternative approaches you can consider. First, let's talk about third-party integrations. While Asana doesn't have a native offline mode, some developers have created tools and integrations that attempt to bridge this gap. These tools often involve exporting Asana data to a local file, allowing you to make changes offline, and then syncing those changes when you regain internet access. However, it's important to note that these integrations are often limited in functionality and may not support all of Asana's features. They can also introduce potential security risks, so it's crucial to research and choose reputable providers. Another workaround is to use mobile apps with some caching capabilities. While the Asana mobile apps don't offer full offline functionality, they do cache some data, allowing you to view recently accessed tasks and projects even without an internet connection. However, you won't be able to make changes or create new tasks offline. This caching can be helpful for quickly referencing information or checking your schedule when you're briefly offline, but it's not a reliable solution for extended periods of work without internet access. Then there's the old-school approach, pen and paper. It might seem archaic, but sometimes the simplest solution is the best. You can jot down tasks, notes, and updates on paper, and then transfer them to Asana when you're back online. This method is particularly useful for brainstorming sessions or quick updates when you don't have access to your devices. Of course, this approach requires manual data entry, which can be time-consuming and prone to errors. But it's a reliable way to keep your work flowing even when you're completely offline. Another method, which is more of a workaround for information gathering rather than editing, is to take screenshots or printouts of important Asana pages before going offline. This allows you to have a visual reference of your tasks and projects even without internet access. This is especially useful for referencing information during meetings or presentations when you might not have a reliable connection. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Why doesn't Asana offer offline functionality? The primary reason is that Asana is designed as a collaborative platform. It relies on real-time synchronization to ensure that all team members are working with the most up-to-date information. Implementing a robust offline mode would require significant architectural changes and could potentially introduce data conflicts and synchronization issues. In the meantime, it's about adapting, finding those workarounds, being prepared, and communicating effectively. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.